In just a couple of minutes, we want to, it's being recorded. We want to get just one more minute for everybody to get logged in. And we've got a really wonderful showing today. People are just getting in. So just give us a couple minutes and we will get started. Thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone, welcome to our annual members meeting. As a Herb Museum member, you get exclusive access to exhibitions, programs, and events such as this wonderful presentation we have ready for you. Your support as a member is incredibly important to our everyday functions in supporting artists, creating original exhibitions, and continuing our work in promoting the appreciation of Indigenous art to broader audiences. This is all possible because of supporters like you, so thank you. Next slide. Our herd team contains many staff members, and the membership team ensures that you have all the information that you need to make the most of your experience with the herd. So, before we begin, I wanted to quickly introduce us. My name is Kim Alexis Adversario, and I'm Membership and Circles Manager. I've been in this role for over a year and just a week shy of being 2 years at the herd overall. Marissa Cohn is our membership coordinator. She started this past June and dove straight into her responsibilities. You may have noticed that our past member newsletter had a wonderful new look, and that is all thanks to Marissa. Together, we handle all the items listed on the screen and make sure that you have a wonderful membership experience. As a member, you can always count on us to be your direct contact for all things herd. And then if you have any questions throughout the meeting, please feel free to type them in the chat and we'll try to address them at the end. And without further ado, I'll pass it on to Dickey Family Director and CEO David Roche.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Roche, and I am the Dickey Family Director and CEO of the Herb Museum. And it's my honor to welcome you to the annual members meeting for the Herb Museum. We have a lot of information to share with you today, but if you leave the meeting with just one idea, I hope is that you know how much we appreciate all that you do for the Herb Museum. Members are the backbone of this organization and enable all of the work that we do to surprise, delight, engage, and educate our community about American Indian art. For those of you who were not in Phoenix for the summer of 2023, you no doubt know that it was a scorcher, one of the hottest summers ever recorded in Phoenix. But for members that were here and enjoying the exhibitions and programs that we offered throughout the summer, I want to extend a special thank you to you. The warm weather did not diminish the enthusiasm of our members and visitors. For 5 of the last 8 months, we have realized the highest or second highest attendance totals in the past 7 years. And for 6 of the last 8 months, we have had the highest or second highest admission revenue totals in the past 7 years. This fiscal year is not yet quite over. It ends on September 30th, but we have already far exceeded the total attendance and revenue totals from the last fiscal year. This achievement is especially meaningful in context. A recent survey by the nonprofit American Alliance of Museums, of which the Herd is an accredited member, found that only 1/3 of museums have rebounded to pre-pandemic attendance levels, with 2/3 experiencing reduced attendance closer to 70%. This past fiscal year has been a period of continued productivity and creative growth for the Herb Museum. We organized and opened 7 original exhibitions, including Hey Nalu, The Art and Legacy of Hawaiian Surfing, The North Star Changes, works by Brenda Mallory, and a new long-term exhibition entitled Substance of Stars. The latter is the culmination of a 3-year, multi-million-dollar collaboration with 4 indigenous communities, including the O'odham and Diné Nations of Arizona. Awarded the 2023 Association Design Excellence Award by Southwest International Interior Design, the exhibition shares origin stories of the 4 represented tribes through art, historic objects, and an immersive 360-degree theater called the Sky Dome. We also produced 2 scholarly publications and hosted important national dialogues through education programs like the Remembering the Future Symposium, which brought together more than 20 visionary artists and thought leaders to explore past, present, and future Indigenous art in a free 2-day public program. The past fiscal year has also marked a year of significant growth in the HERD's programmatic offerings. That included an amplified focus on youth and family programming. New programs designed specifically for children and families included free outdoor family movie nights, a Lay Day celebration, and 3 free family summer Saturdays. Nearly all of the museum's ongoing programs now feature activities for families like make and take art stations and collections-based learning activities. Partnerships with local organizations remain a hallmark of our programmatic year. They help to ground our programs in the community and increase our visibility for all partners. For example, a traditional Hawaiian celebration was offered in partnership with the Arizona Aloha Festival, the Hawaiian Civic Club of Arizona, and numerous local hula schools and local Indigenous food and beverage vendors. We also resumed our free school tour programs in November 2022 after a 2-year hiatus, another significant step to fully returning to pre-pandemic operations. The HERD's campus is once again brimming with energy of K through 12 school groups, and tour times have been filling months in advance. Visiting students also enjoy more welcoming spaces. The Hearst Foundation's Children's Courtyard and the Education's Classroom were fully renovated in the spring of 2023. The museum also continued to offer educational workshops that serve targeted communities of learners. Examples include ongoing creative aging workshops for older adults and our Master Artist Workshop series, which supports the intergenerational transference of cultural knowledge among and between Indigenous artists and students. These initiatives offer participants the chance to acquire knowledge and skills while expanding their social networks and connections. Other exciting news is that the HERD Museum Shop was recently voted the best place to buy American Indian art by the readers of Phoenix Magazine. Before I turn this over to my amazing colleagues who will be sharing highlights of the new fiscal year with you, I want to remind those of you that are not currently Guild members to think about joining our volunteer guild. It's a wonderful way to get involved and to help support the HERD's mission of advancing American Indian art. Thanks again for your generous support. The museum's in strong financial shape and our productivity is at an all-time high. We are deeply grateful to you, our members, for helping to make this so, and I look forward to seeing you on the campus very soon. Thank you. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Diana Pardue.
Thank you, David. And I join you in welcoming all of our members to our virtual gathering today. I'd like to share with you some of the exhibits that we have in the upcoming year, and a few of them, and we'll be having some additional surprises as the year advances. On September 1st, we opened Early Days Indigenous Art from the McMichael Canadian Art Collection. This great exhibit offers our visitors some things that are quite different from what we typically have in the collection and typically show to our visitors. The exhibit draws from artwork from Eastern Canada, from the Canadian Arctic and from the Northwest Coast, as in the item pictured here. It continues through January 6th. There is a publication that we'll have available either in November or December. We hope that you have a chance to see this. It's just a wonderful range of material from items that date back centuries to very contemporary works. Some of the contemporary works were made by artists in response to some of the historic works. So it's really quite an engaging exhibit, and it is in the Grand Gallery. So we hope that you join us to see that soon if you haven't had a chance previously. Another exhibit that we would like to tell you about is will be opening on February 23rd to members, and it's titled Maria and Modernism. Probably everyone is familiar with the work of Maria Martinez, incredible artist who, with her husband Julian, changed pottery in the Southwest. They developed a matte black paint on polished black pottery style that really revolutionized pottery in San Ildefonso and at other pueblos. Interestingly enough, although Maria's work was collected by individuals who placed it in their modern homes among paintings and furniture and contemporary works, her pottery has never been considered in American modernism before, and so this exhibit will take an opportunity to rectify that oversight. This exhibit also will be in the Grand Gallery, and we are excited to bring that to you, and it will be accompanied by a publication. Another exhibit that we would like to share with you will open in May, the title Art and Soul, a little play on words there. This exhibit will bring artist decorated shoes, and on the left-hand side of the screen, you see artist shoes that were painted by Jason Garcia, who's known for his ceramic tiles, and on the right by Tammy Garcia, who's known for her amazing ceramic pottery and also her bronze works. And if I could have the next slide. And here you see a pair of shoes by Harlan Riano. And what we'll be doing in this exhibit is partnering the shoes with the artist's created works. It will have more than, I think, something like 23 pairs of shoes in it and accompanying works. So this will open in May in the Kitchell Gallery. So these are just a few of the exhibitions that we have planned for you. And as I mentioned, please do watch our website. We have some other exciting offers in the upcoming year. And I would like to now introduce my colleague, Lucia Lee Laughlin, who is the Director of Engagement and Learning Programs.
Hi, and thank you, Diana. It's so wonderful to be in this space with all of you. Like Diana said, my name is Lucia Lee Laughlin. If we have not had the opportunity to meet, I look forward to seeing you soon at some of our upcoming programs. Please do take a moment to introduce yourselves and share what are the things that are exciting to you and make you want to be members of the herd, and bring your friends and family to also join you here. I also want to pause and express a lot of gratitude to all of you, our members, for your support of the herd in so many ways, and specifically for your support of our programs by both attending and as guild members, many of you on the call, helping us to prepare for these programs and implement them. I cannot overstate how much we appreciate your support. And we have some really exciting programming coming up for you this fall and the rest of the year, as you just heard from Diana, our exciting new exhibitions coming up. But if you like being in the chat, feel free to drop a memorable program from this past year if you'd like to, something that really stood out to you. Coming up in very, very soon. We have some great opportunities in October, including our first Friday on October 6th. Which is Indigenerds Assemble at the Herd. Is essentially like a small Comic-Con focused on Indigenous comics. This is a partnership program with Native Realities. We'll have a cosplay contest, which is like a costume contest related to characters. We'll have workshops for adults and for children. We will also have what we're calling Native creative vendors sharing their work related to pop culture and comics. And if you recognize the person on the right of your screen, that is the actor Deanna Allison, who I know best personally from the show Dark Winds. She will also be here for the meet and greet that evening. And so we are really excited for that event coming up. That following Monday, it's a great busy weekend at the Herd. We will be celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day along with the rest of Phoenix with Phoenix Fest. Our theme is Growing for the Future, and we'll be exploring that theme in a few different ways. First, we'll be sharing the film Gather in person in the Steele Auditorium at 12 p.m., followed by a panel discussion and talkback with Twyla Casador, who is in the film, and also Blue Adams. They'll be discussing food sovereignty. After the film, Blue Adams will actually be giving an artist talk in the museum around that theme. And we will also be having a small farmers market that day at the Herd. And the Libby Amphitheater will be set up with a stage for some different artists to share music throughout the day. And we'll kick off the day to David's point earlier about really making sure we have space for families and young people at all of our events. Jonah Little Sunday, who many of you have heard play the flute, will be back with his sidekick and puppet, Bob the Eagle, for a kid-centric music and puppet show in the morning. So we really look forward to that event. On October 17th, before season 2 is even shown, even before episode 1 goes on the air, we will be having the season 2 kickoff event for the PBS show Native America. At the Herd Museum, we'll be screening the episode Language is Life. And after the episode screens, there will be a panel discussion with one of the directors of the program, Daniel Golding, also Manny Wheeler, followed by some hors d'oeuvres. That is an event that requires registration, which you can find on our website, and definitely check out your member newsletter for more details about that coming up. Our first Friday in November, we'll celebrate and uplift our Yaqui community as we also recognize the holiday Dia de los Muertos. My colleague Marcus Mananakit, who many of you know, has been hard at work planning for our annual Veterans Day celebration. There will be activities throughout the day, and also that will conclude with our sunset tribute. And it's a beautiful event for those of you who have not been present. Anyone is welcome to attend, whether you are a veteran or not. We'll have our first K-12 educator night on November 17th with author Julie Kajun, focused on social studies with the theme of treaty law and the U.S. Constitution and ways that teachers can really bring that to life and spark great discussion in their classrooms around these topics. And I know many of us look forward to Holidays at the Herd, which will be happening again this year, December 27th through 30th, and we'll share more details about that soon. If you have any questions about any of these upcoming events, as you know, you can reach out to Marissa and Kim Alexis. You're also welcome to email us at education@herd.org with any questions, and we'll get back to you. As David also mentioned, we are looking forward to continuing our Creative Aging suite of programs. Right now, we are in the middle of a weaving workshop that is wrapping up, but we will have 2 more courses in November. In case any of you are unaware, Creative Aging are classes designed for learners ages 55 and above. They feature small class sizes and are a great opportunity to make new connections in the community, new friends, and also learn new art techniques. Registration is required for these programs, and we will be sharing more information in your member newsletter. But coming up in November, we'll have 2 programs running concurrently. First, we'll have pottery with Yolanda Hart Stevens. Yolanda is frequently at the Herd. Many of you have probably met her, seen her at fair or market. Yolanda Hart Stevens is also one of our cultural advisors for the home exhibition, and she will be leading this course. And then we will also have a course around storytelling with Liz Warren, who is a Herd Museum member, many of you may know, and is also faculty Faculty Director of South Mountain Community College. The theme of this storytelling course will be Harvest of Memories. And again, all of these will be available for registration soon and will be taking place in November. Youth and family programs are a huge focus for us, and we enjoy them so much. And the theme to really be mindful of for youth and family programs at this time is that there is a lot of brand new activations taking place at the Heard Museum. Our family activity room, if you've been here in the past couple weeks, you've noticed that it's closed and under renovation. It will be reopening very soon. It will feature work from at least 5, if not more, Indigenous artists. We're really focused on multiple ways of learning and engaging with the content at the Heard Museum. And we have a special focus on intergenerational engagement. So the activities that we've selected along with the rest of the Heard staff and advisors are all centered on intergenerational play in the sense that they are done best when young people and adults are collaborating on them. We also are going to be launching new resources for visiting the museum with children later this fall, which we're very excited about. When you receive your Earth Song member magazine, you'll notice that we are now including activity pages for young people. So please share those with the young people in your life, as it's a great way to engage with the content of our collections. And our last issue of Heard Beat, which is our quarterly youth and family e-newsletter for this first year, will be going out very soon. If you are not currently signed up for Heard Beat, it includes information around activities and books and other activations for getting children excited about the work of the Heard Museum. We will make sure that you can sign up through a link in your member newsletter very soon. And if you have any other questions about that, you are welcome to send those to education@heard.org. And lastly, we are now soon to be back from our hiatus for our virtual art talks. And so starting back in October, we will have these virtual art talks. They will take place generally on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. We have some great themes coming up for everyone, including a few virtual art talks around our exhibition Arriving Forever in the Present World. We also will have focused on early days, and you can see a great photo over there to the left of Tony Duncan. In the new year 2024, you can also expect a virtual art talk around hoop dance. So lots of wonderful things coming up. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas with us as well. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Dan Haggerty, our Chief Advancement and Engagement Officer.
Thanks, Lucia Lee, and good morning, everyone. It's still morning. I'm really happy to be here and so excited to hear more about some of these plans that are coming up. I know about many, but it's always wonderful to be reminded of just the richness and scope of the exhibitions and programs that we're bringing to you this coming year, not to mention member events and benefits that you'll hear a little bit more about from Kim Alexis in a few minutes. But for my time today, I wanted to really reflect on what I think is going to be, in addition to the exhibitions and programs that you've heard about, a really, really exciting and busy fall and going into spring with a lot of new initiatives in addition to those, to some of the public engagements and curatorial work you've heard about. So it's my pleasure to share some of the other things that are happening a little bit behind the scenes here that really, I think, underscore the Heard Museum's position in our community as an innovator and a thought leader. We really want to lead the way in Phoenix and in Arizona to show our community how impactful and a vibrant cultural organization like the Heard Museum can be. And we're seeing that. So, but there's some things that are coming up that are really surprising, I think, and different for us. So I'd like to share, Marissa, if you don't mind changing the slide. Again, this is between exhibitions, programs, member events, and then some of these initiatives I'll share with you. I've been at the Heard Museum almost 8 years now, and I can tell you I'm both perhaps more excited than ever before about the season ahead, but also a little daunted. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but it's going to be a fun and exciting year. So some of the things that you're going to see happening, or at least will may be aware of happening in various parts of the museum include, David had mentioned our shop. Of course, the museum shop continues to be an incredible place to meet artists, to see what's happening and what kind of works are coming out of various communities. Well, this coming summer 2024, we will be renovating the Heard Museum shop. We have raised funds to do that, and the shop will be open in the summer. We're moving to a temporary location, but by fall 2024, you're going to see a brand new, sparkling, beautiful museum shop, and we really are excited about that. In addition, by the way, one of the really important motivators to renovating our shop just has to do with not only the quality of the experience of shopping, but also the Heard Museum needs to remain competitive in terms of the artists who are coming here and looking to the shop as a beautiful venue and a great venue to sell their works. We want to make sure that we are still the place in Phoenix and in Arizona to purchase American Indian art and to purchase the best of the best merchandise. So that's a big goal for us in the shop, and it's going to be a really exciting project. Another capital project that will be completed this year is one that's near and dear to the hearts of many of our members and guild volunteers, we'll be completing the full installation of new and much needed shelving units in the Billie Jane Bagley Library and Archives. We received a grant from a federal grant from the Institute of Museum and Library Services. To do that, Mario and team, as you may know, started this over the last year, and we'll be completing that going into the fall. So there'll be new shelving units and a whole new opportunity to really safely house and store and maintain our archival and library collections. Lucia Lee shared the exciting news about the opening of our new family activity room. So please plan to join us. We're going to watch this space. You'll hear more about as that space opens. When it does, going into the coming weeks and months, we hope that not only will you come and experience it, but we hope that you'll also bring kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, anyone that you think would enjoy the space. And believe me, for the adult or the adult companions with those kids, there's going to be lots of fun stuff for the whole family to do in that space. And I think that's going to be a really, really impactful opportunity for the Heard Museum to further our efforts to serve youth and family audiences. And also in fiscal year 24, we're going to be engaging in 2 new initiatives that will really help us better understand how the Heard Museum can be a welcoming and inclusive space for everyone, regardless of their age, regardless of their income, regardless of their ability. And so first, starting in October, the acclaimed universal design firm called the Institute for Human-Centered Design will be conducting a comprehensive and campus-wide assessment of our facilities, of our grounds, of our exhibition spaces, and our programming, and much more. After their surveys and site visits, the Human Institute will generate a detailed report addressing accessibility needs and improvements that could be made and considered here at the Heard, including actionable, low-cost, high-impact opportunities, we hope and we think, but also insights that are really going to help the museum with long-term planning and long-term fundraising. As you probably know, with an 8-acre campus and a 96-year-old facility, 95-year-old facility, there's a lot to consider in terms of how welcoming and accessible the museum is. We've made a lot of improvements over the years, but we are committed to continuing this work really indefinitely. So in addition to their assessments and insights about the physical spaces and here at the Heard Museum, the IHCD will also be providing training to staff, volunteers, and board members about our visitor experience and how we can ensure that patrons feel welcome and comfortable the minute they step onto campus here. We are excited. I'm really excited about this. We're going to begin piloting efforts to incorporate American Sign Language in select programs and public tours. We'll be working carefully with Las Guias to identify appropriate times to experiment with this. We've got a modest grant, and it's not going to be done everywhere. We're really going to be piloting to see how this can work for us. We're also looking at having ASL implementing sign interpretation with ASL at the hoop dance contest this year. So that's again something that we want to be very mindful of all of our patrons and how people are feeling welcome to the museum. So I'm excited about that and grateful for the grant that we received for doing that work. Fiscal year 24 will also see the continuation of numerous impactful initiatives that seek to reach, teach, and serve targeted communities of learners and professionals. Our Andrew W. Mellon Museum Fellowship Program is now entering its 7th year of supporting curatorial and conservation learning opportunities for American Indian museum professionals. And our Guild-funded internship program will continue to engage college-age American Indian students, some of whom we have been lucky enough to hire onto the museum staff. Both of these programs seek to address the comparative lack of representation of American Indian professionals in the museum world, and we're very proud of that work, and we've met some amazing leaders through these efforts. Lucia Lee and her team will continue to support educators, as she mentioned, with 4 free professional development events for teachers this year, along with many other touch points and resources made available to educators by the museum and her team. And finally, David mentioned, and I just want to call a little bit more attention to this program, our Master Artist Workshop Series. We've already begun our 9th year of workshops in this program series. These workshops share knowledge, techniques, and insights around cultural and artistic practices from a master artist teacher with new generations of American Indian artists and students. The program now has branches that specifically serve young learners, and also we're now working with groups of families to really encourage learning and participation with family units around these forms that we're teaching. Marcus Moninarkit, who manages the program, continues to expand its footprint. So to give you one example, we don't do these workshops only here at the Herd. We do them across the southwestern United States. So in just the last few months, Marcus secured agreements to activate workshops on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. This is the first time in many, many years that we've really been able to engage in community on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. And so it's taken a long time of relationship building and trust building with Marcus, and we're thrilled that's developing and continuing to expand in terms of our relationship with communities like that through these workshops and through other programs. If we can change to the next slide. So I want to wrap up my remarks today by offering my thanks to you, our members, adding my thanks to David's and Diana's and Lucia Lee's and Kim, Alexis's and Marissa's. You, our members, are truly the driving force that makes our exhibitions, our programs, and the initiatives that we've talked about today. You are the reason that these things are possible. Your support through membership dues, the time that you donate if you're a volunteer here, the purchases you make in our museum shop and restaurant, all of these things come together and really strengthen the Herd Museum and ensure that we're going to continue to be a vibrant part of our community for years to come. So those of you that are taking the time to be on the call today, I would argue that you're probably among our most dedicated members. So thank you, especially for that. With that in mind, we just wanted you to know that we see you. We understand that you are the very best advocates for the Herd Museum. You can do much more than we can here in terms of amplifying our message and building connections for the museum. So we hope that you're going to continue to support us in the many ways that you do. And here are just a few ideas to think about as you consider those efforts. So first and foremost, please keep coming to our exhibitions. Please keep coming to the opening events that we do for members, and consider bringing friends to these events. And when you do, if your friend has a good time, please make sure you tell them they can be entitled to those benefits and these experiences too on their own. All they have to do is join as a Herd member, and it's fairly affordable to do so. Our membership levels for individuals start at $60 and go up from there. So we really want to keep widening our circle that way, and you're our best way to do that. Also, if somebody compliments you on a piece of jewelry that you bought, or maybe a pot or a textile that you purchased from the museum shop, First, of course, we love to hear those things, so thank you. But also, please tell your friends that you got an even better deal on this beautiful work of art with your 10% member discount. Oftentimes, as you know, membership can pay for itself in just one visit to the museum shop, especially if you're buying something really beautiful. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, as I know many of you are, we'd love it if you would consider sharing the herd's posts when you find something that's especially exciting or interesting to you. We don't expect you to do it with every single post, but when you see something that kind of moves you, and you find content on our social media engaging and exciting to you, we'd love it if you shared it with friends or shared it to your story or whatever you might do. All of those things, shares, likes, those are fantastic ways of helping our limited marketing dollars go much, much further. We have, as you've heard from David, we've got a very robust and active volunteer guild. If you aren't a member and you're interested in getting involved as a volunteer, you would be most welcome. Our guild volunteers are pretty much everywhere here on campus. You see them leading tours, you see them in our classroom, you see them working in the museum shop, the library. So whatever your interest is as a volunteer, I think we can meet it. So if you haven't signed up or interested, you can just go to the Herd website, find the Herd Volunteer Guild page, and go from there, or just let us know. We can connect you. And finally, maybe you've got a friend that runs a corporation in need of giving some money away to a local nonprofit arts organization like the Herd. Maybe you've got a friend who you think would love the Herd and could become a supporting member. Or maybe you know a foundation officer at a giving institution that you think should know about some of the projects or the work that we're doing. Any of these introductions would be most appreciated. So if you have someone that falls into one of these categories, please just email or call us. Let us do a little brainstorming with you. We have secured some of our largest grants and donations and met some of our largest donors all through the connections that museum members and trustees make for us. So that's a critical thing that you could do and would always be very, very much appreciated. So again, these are just a few things you can do if you want to take your membership advocacy a step further. But please, please, please know the most important thing that we hope you'll do is continue to renew your membership and keep coming to the museum as often as possible. Thank you so much for the work that you do and all of the generosity that you bestow on the Herd. We are so grateful. We can't do our work without you. So now I'm going to throw it back to Kim Alexis, and thank you.
Thank you, Dan. And then thank you, Alicia Lee, David, and Diana for sharing your these exciting insights about upcoming events and exhibitions. I'll quickly take this time to share more about member updates. So first we have our member publication, Earth Song. This has gone digital. As you know from the past 3 ones, in our efforts to be environmentally friendly, this publication will be available online and you'll receive a special link in your email to view Earth Song. The fall issue will be dropping soon, and I can assure you it is spectacular, and I'm really excited for you all to see it. Our next issues will be in winter slash spring, and then also in the summer. So keep an eye out for those links, and we'll be sharing those with you when they come. And then second, we will be continuing our efforts to be environmentally friendly. We will soon have digital membership cards, which will be available for you to download straight to your phone. So when you come to the museum, you can pop that up. And if you left your member card at home, it'll be a lot easier for you on campus. We'll have a formal announcement soon with more details on how to gain access to this new feature with our partner QZM. This is a new member benefit that will be in addition to your physical member cards. And then, as Diana announced, we will have new exhibitions opening soon with, of course, member previews to celebrate these wonderful displays of art. Mark your calendars and look for those digital invitations in your inbox as we approach these dates. And then finally, we will have a new exclusive new event for our members in December. This holiday party will feature live music and extended hours for the Herd Museum shop, so you can look for last-minute gifts or add to your personal collection. And also we have our Artful Mornings. So this is our most awaited announcement for upcoming season. Our member collection series is now going to be called Artful Mornings as opposed to its previous name, Bagel Breakfast. Since starting this last December, we have had incredible amounts of interest, and we'd like to continue this members only event for the upcoming season. We're naming this event, of course, Artful Mornings, but ironically, our first event to kick off this series will not be in the morning. On Saturday, October 14th, renowned bead worker and porcupine quill worker Juanita Growing Thunder Fogarty will be presenting her work and speaking to our newest acquisition from the Diker Collection, which will expand our current exhibition, Grand Procession. As these events normally sell out quickly, we wanted all our members to have a chance to view this special presentation. So we will be hosting this in Steele Auditorium to increase the capacity of this event. So save the date, and we'll be sending out the digital invitations soon for you to register. And you will need to register to come to these events since they sell out so quickly. And just keep an eye out for that. And thank you all again for joining us today. I hope this meeting made you as excited as we are for the upcoming season. If you have any questions, feel free to stay a little longer and we can talk through them. I know it's only 11:40, but we can end this meeting a little earlier too. I'll pass it on to Marissa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to attend the member meeting. And we just wanted to put our member email and member line phone number on here. If you have any questions at all about your membership, any events, please feel free to contact us, and me and Kim, Alexis both have access to those. Also, thank you for being so welcoming to me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to help members in any way possible.
Kim, Alexis, I've been responding to a couple of things in the Q&A, but like you said, I think our panelists are probably going to swing off here. But if you wanted, Kim, Alexis, and Marissa, I can hang out with you in this space for a bit. And if anyone has any other comments or questions to throw into the chat, we're happy to stay on and for a little while longer.
Thank you all for coming. This meeting will be posted on YouTube in a couple weeks, and the recording will be available for you all soon.
Oh, I see a very nice comment from Thomas Kern. Congratulations to the fine exhibits. Honor the Native American community, longtime members, Sarah Morrison and Tom Kern from Silver Spring, Maryland. Wow, Tom, thank you very much. That's really wonderful of both of you. And thanks for being continued members. Oops, Jane, I think you're seeing some questions that I may not have seen. So I'm scrolling through the chat. This is Jane Prisleka, who are a wonderful friend, and Mary, I see a couple people referred to slides which did not come up on screen. Maybe when it might come through in the recording. So, but let us know. We can also, I think we could also probably just send you some of these slides if you're interested to see more. There's some questions in the Q&A. Would it be possible to offer Artful Morning as a Zoom presentation for members not based in Phoenix? Lori, that's a great idea. Why don't we'll give that some consideration. It's a very popular program. Our technical capabilities to make something look really good on video are somewhat limited, but it isn't to say that we can't. So so that's a great idea. Let's give that some thought, and we'll see what we can develop with that. Again, they're really wonderful content moments. I see Laura Diamond asked just for accessibility. One easy thing to do would be better signage for elevators. I got another couple of comments about some facilities things. So Laura, I will pass that comment on to our facilities management staff. That's great to hear, and thank you for that. Seeing an anonymous attendee. What's the best way to get in touch with senior management so as to share some constructive criticism, please? We welcome that. So actually, the really the best thing to do is if you have feedback or things that you want to share with that senior management team, especially those helping manage our facilities, send an email to the members email that's on the screen, and Marissa and Kim Alexis will make sure it gets forwarded on to the right person. And if you would like follow up or any response, please, we encourage you. You don't have to. We're happy to just take comments, but if you would like feedback, if you share your contact information as well, that would be helpful too. But just email us anytime at the membership email address, and we will pass that on. Linda Harold, hi Linda, nice to see you here. She says holidays at the Herd are wonderful. Do you have a date for your holiday party mentioned by Kim Alexis? Yes, December 20th. And Kim Alexis, is that a Wednesday or a Thursday? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it will be a Wednesday and it'll be in the evening.
Great, good. So Wednesday, December 20th. That's going to be fun. We haven't done a holiday party since our pre-COVID days, and so we had a lot of fun before, and we're going to do it again. Got another Marilyn. Thank you for the comment on Zoom for the meetings and some of the programs. We take that to heart, and we will definitely see if we can do a little bit more of that, especially. Wow, you're between Minnesota and New Zealand, so yes, it's hard to get here sometimes. Thank you. All right. Any other questions in the chat that came in? I think I'm seeing. I don't see any more. So with that, we still have about 47 people on the line. So I'm happy to take any more questions or comments. But if not, I think we can probably wrap up. Anyone? Kim Alexis, thank you for organizing us today. Marissa, thanks for being our technical guru. And thank you, Kitty. Thank you. We really appreciate being able to share this with this information with our members. And thanks to everybody for joining today.